Deep within the secure command center of Titan Base Alpha, Grand Admiral Marcus Cole watched the holographic display with intense focus. Before him, spread across multiple star systems in perfect formation, 700,000 warships waited silently in the void. Each vessel was a masterpiece of human engineering, built in absolute secrecy over the past 5 years while the galaxy believed humanity was struggling just to survive. Status report, Cole commanded, his voice carrying the weight of humanity's greatest military operation. Commander Victoria Hayes stepped forward, her tactical display projecting the latest intelligence. All ships report ready, Admiral. The Galactic Confederation remains completely unaware. Their orbital stations are operating at minimum capacity, celebrating their so-called Day of Pacification. Cole's jaw tightened. 5 years ago, the Confederation had arrived in Sol's system, demanding Earth's immediate surrender and integration into their empire. When humanity refused, they launched what they called a minor correction, a devastating attack that killed 3.1 billion humans in less than 6 hours. They never bothered to study us properly, did they? Cole said, examining the readiness reports from each fleet sector. They saw our internal conflicts, our divisions, and assumed we were just another primitive species to be conquered. Their biggest mistake was letting any of us live, Captain James Wilson added from his station monitoring fleet communications. They thought a demonstration of force would break our spirit. Instead we showed them what they wanted to see, Cole finished. A broken species, humbly accepting their dominion while we prepared in the shadows. The room fell silent as Cole activated the main strategic display. Across it, hundreds of red dots indicated Confederation bases, outposts, and strategic positions. They had no idea that humanity had mapped every single one of their weaknesses over the past 5 years. Launch countdown initiated, the base AI announced. All ships standing by. Cole thought back to the day the Confederation ships had darkened Earth's skies. He remembered their ambassador's condescending tone, resistance is pointless. Accept your place in the galaxy or face extinction. Now, humanity was about to show the galaxy its response. Open encrypted channel to all ships, Cole ordered. The communications officer nodded, and Cole addressed the massive fleet waiting in the darkness of space. This is Grand Admiral Cole. For 5 years, we have worked in silence. While they watched our cities, they never found our secret shipyards in the asteroid belts. While they monitored our space lanes, they never detected our quantum laboratories in the gas giant storms. While they celebrated their victory, they never imagined we were building the largest fleet the galaxy has ever seen. He paused, letting his words sink in. Today, we show the Confederation and every other species what happens when you underestimate humanity. Today, we remind them that we are not some primitive race to be conquered and forgotten. We are humanity, and we have been waiting for this moment. Commander Hayes' console lit up with confirmation signals from every ship. All vessels report weapons hot, Admiral. Quantum drives charged and ready. Cole nodded, his eyes fixed on the tactical display. In the next few minutes, 700,000 warships would suddenly appear throughout Confederation space. The galaxy was about to witness something unprecedented, humanity's true power unleashed in a single, devastating moment. Send the launch code, Cole commanded. Authorization phrase, remember Earth. The command center hummed with activity as the signal was transmitted. Across human space, hidden shipyards powered up. In the clouds of Jupiter, massive carriers emerged from their concealment. Among the rings of Saturn, stealth destroyers activated their engines. Throughout the asteroid belt, battle cruisers broke free from their moorings. Message from Fleet Command confirmed, Hayes reported. Operation Revelation is go. All ships launching in 3, 2, 1. The galaxy was about to learn its greatest lesson, never assume humanity is defeated. Even as the Confederation celebrated their victory, 700,000 warships were about to remind them that humanity's spirit could never be broken. The time for hiding was over. The time for vengeance had begun. The Confederation's central command station hung in orbit around their capital world, its crystalline spires gleaming in the light of 3 suns. Inside the grand observation chamber, High Commander Zexral of the Confederation stood with his forearms clasped behind his back, watching the annual victory parade with smug satisfaction. Another successful year of human pacification, he announced to the gathered dignitaries. Alien representatives from 30 different species raised their glasses in celebration. Who would have thought such a primitive species could be tamed so easily? Security Officer Daxter approached with a slight bow. High Commander, the human representatives have arrived for their annual tribute presentation. Zexral's scaled face twisted into what passed for a smile among his species. Yes, bring them in. Let's see them grovel once more. The chamber doors opened, revealing two humans in simple diplomatic attire. But something was different about them today. They walked with an unusual confidence that made Zexral slightly uncomfortable. Ambassador Thompson, Zexral greeted the male human. You seem cheerful today. David Thompson, Earth's appointed ambassador to the Confederation, checked his timepiece with deliberate slowness. Just eager to deliver our message, High Commander. Message. Zexral's secondary hearts quickened slightly. The tribute ceremony is a simple matter of. Actually, Thompson interrupted, something no human had dared to do in 5 years. We're here to deliver humanity's response to your pacification. Suddenly, every screen in the command station flashed red. Warning alerts blared through their sophisticated alien communication systems. Zexral rushed to the main tactical display, his four eyes widening in horror at what he saw. Impossible, he whispered. Across Confederation space, human warships were appearing everywhere. Not the outdated vessels they had easily crushed 5 years ago, but massive, advanced ships of war. They materialized from seemingly nowhere, emerging from gas giant storms, asteroid fields, and dark space between stars. What is this? Zexral demanded, rounding on Thompson. What have you done? We've done exactly what you forced us to do, Thompson replied calmly. We adapted. We united. We prepared. The tactical display showed more and more human ships appearing. Hundreds became thousands, became tens of thousands. The numbers kept climbing until Zexral's translator nearly crashed trying to process the data. 700,000 warships, Thompson stated, his voice carrying 5 years of contained fury. Built in secret while you celebrated your victory. Equipped with technologies you never imagined we could develop. On the screens, the first wave of human ships engaged Confederation outposts. Their weapons were unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. Quantum-tipped missiles phased through their most advanced shields. Gravity lance beams crushed station armor like paper. Dark matter torpedoes opened holes in space itself. This is madness, an alien diplomat screamed. How could they hide such a force? You showed us exactly how, Thompson answered. You were so convinced of our inferiority that you never looked deeper than the surface. You monitored our known shipyards but never found the facilities we built inside rogue planets. You watched our space lanes but never detected the quantum tunnels we developed. You celebrated breaking our spirit while we planned your downfall. From his command ship at the edge of Confederation space, Grand Admiral Cole watched the first phase of Operation Revelation unfold. Reports flooded in from all sectors. Alpha Group reporting, Confederation defense stations in the Proxima sector neutralized. Beta wing successful, all communication hubs in the Centauri system under human control. Gamma fleet confirms, enemy rapid response centers destroyed before they could launch. Commander Hayes appeared on his private channel. Admiral, the Confederation is in complete disarray. They had no contingency plans for an attack of this scale. Their entire military doctrine was based on the assumption that we were technologically inferior. Cole nodded grimly. And that's why they've already lost. Begin Phase 2. Across human-controlled space, a second wave of ships emerged from hiding. These weren't warships, they were massive colony vessels and industrial ships, ready to secure and rebuild what humanity was about to claim. Back in the Confederation command station, Zexral watched helplessly as his empire crumbled. In less than an hour, humanity had gained control of 3 major sectors. Their ships moved with precision that spoke of years of planning and preparation. How? He demanded of Thompson. How did you hide this from us? Thompson's reply was cold. You gave us no choice but to become what we are now. You thought you were creating a subjugated species. Instead, you forced humanity to evolve into something far more dangerous, a species with nothing left to lose and everything to reclaim. The galaxy was learning a harsh lesson. Humanity hadn't been broken by the invasion. They had been transformed by it. And now, 700,000 warships were teaching the Confederation the price of their arrogance. Captain Rachel Hunter stood on the bridge of the HSS Retribution, watching as her battle group systematically dismantled the Confederation's largest military installation in the Orion sector. The massive human warship, one of the 700,000 that had shocked the galaxy, moved through space with lethal grace. Status report, she commanded, her eyes fixed on the tactical display where hundreds of human vessels executed their assault with mechanical precision. Lieutenant Owen Parker, her tactical officer, responded without taking his eyes off his station. Their primary defense grid is down, Captain. Our quantum phase torpedoes bypassed their shields completely. They never even had a chance to adapt. The Confederation forces were in chaos. Their much-vaunted superior technology proved useless against weapons they'd never seen before. Human ships seemed to appear and disappear at will, striking from impossible angles using principles of physics the aliens hadn't even discovered yet. Message from Fleet Command, Communications Officer Natalie Chen announced. Grand Admiral Cole reports Phase 2 is proceeding ahead of schedule. 87% of targeted Confederation installations have been neutralized. Minimal human casualties. Rachel allowed herself a grim smile. 5 years of preparation were paying off. While the Confederation had patrolled Earth's skies, humanity had been studying them, learning their weaknesses, and developing countermeasures for every single one of their technological advantages. Captain, Owen called out suddenly, detecting multiple quantum signatures. Confederation reinforcements arriving from their core worlds. The space around the installation rippled as over 200 Confederation warships emerged from hyperspace. Their distinctive crystal-hulled vessels, each twice the size of a human destroyer, moved to surround Rachel's battle group. All hands to battle stations, Rachel ordered calmly. Execute Pattern Delta 7. The bridge crew responded with practiced efficiency. They had trained for this exact scenario countless times in the secret facilities hidden beneath Europa's ice. The Retribution and its escort ships began moving in intricate patterns that seemed to defy normal spacetime physics. Through their main view screen, Rachel watched as the Confederation fleet opened fire. Their energy weapons, powerful enough to crack planets, lanced through space toward the human ships. But the beams passed harmlessly through what appeared to be afterimages. Quantum ghost projectors functioning perfectly, Owen reported with satisfaction. Enemy targeting systems are completely confused. Rachel keyed her command channel. All ships, execute attack pattern Omega. Show them what humanity has learned in 5 years of waiting. The human fleet responded as one. Ships that had appeared to be in one location suddenly materialized in another. The Confederation fleet found itself surrounded by vessels that seemed to ignore the basic laws of physics. And then the slaughter began. Dark matter cannons charged, Owen announced. Targeting solutions locked. Fire. The space between the fleets lit up with weapons that hadn't existed 5 years ago. Dark matter streams tore through Confederation shields like they were tissue paper. Quantum torpedoes phased into existence inside enemy vessels, detonating in their engineering sections. Gravity lances crushed crystal hulls into fragments. In the Confederation flagship, Supreme Commander Vexnor watched in horror as his fleet was systematically destroyed. How, he demanded of his tactical officers. How are they doing this? But there was no answer. The humans had spent 5 years studying Confederation technology, finding its weaknesses, and developing weapons specifically designed to exploit them. While the aliens had grown complacent in their perceived superiority, humanity had been evolving, adapting, preparing. Back on the Retribution, Rachel received another update from Fleet Command. Captain, Phase 3 is commencing. All battle groups are to proceed to their designated positions for the final push toward the Confederation capital. She nodded, watching as the last Confederation reinforcement ship exploded in a spectacular display of crystalline fragments. Send word to Admiral Cole. Battle Group 7 is ready to proceed. The path to their core worlds is open. Throughout human space, similar scenes were playing out. The 700,000 warships that had shocked the galaxy were proving to be more than just an impressive number. They represented humanity's response to those who had thought they could subjugate Earth, a response 5 years in the making, designed not just to defeat the Confederation, but to completely reshape the balance of power in the galaxy. Message from Earth Command, Natalie announced, her voice tight with emotion. They are receiving reports from our deep cover agents. The Confederation Council is in complete disarray. Some members are already calling for unconditional surrender. Rachel's expression remained stern. They should have thought of that before they killed billions of our people. Before they thought they could break humanity's spirit. She turned to her crew, seeing the same determination reflected in their eyes. Plot a course to the next target. It's time to show the galaxy that humanity isn't just fighting back, we're taking control. The Retribution's engines flared to life, its massive form moving through the debris field of what had been the Confederation's proudest military installation. Behind it, hundreds of human warships fell into formation, their black holes absorbing starlight, their weapons ready to continue delivering humanity's message to the galaxy. The message was clear, the era of alien dominance was over. The age of humanity had begun. The massive chamber of the Galactic Confederation Council fell silent as emergency alerts flashed across every display. Representatives from over 300 alien species watched in stunned horror as tactical maps showed human warships appearing everywhere at once. The carefully maintained illusion of Confederation supremacy was shattering before their eyes. Supreme Chancellor Crixus, the most powerful being in known space, stood trembling before the assembled council. How is this possible? His crystalline form pulsed with distress colors. 700,000 warships. They've broken through every defense line we established. They've neutralized outposts we thought impregnable. In orbit above the Confederation capital world, Grand Admiral Cole's flagship, the HSS Prometheus, emerged from quantum space leading a fleet of 10,000 vessels. The massive ship, nearly 5 kilometers long, represented everything the aliens had failed to understand about humanity's potential. Open a channel to all Confederation frequencies, Cole ordered. It's time they understood exactly what they awakened 5 years ago. Commander Hayes nodded, her fingers dancing across the quantum-encrypted console. Channel open, sir. The entire galaxy is listening. Cole's voice, translated into every known alien language, echoed across the stars. This is Grand Admiral Marcus Cole of the United Earth Fleet. For 5 years, you believed you had subjugated humanity. You celebrated your victory while 3 billion of our people lay dead. You thought us broken, primitive, defeated. In the council chamber, alien representatives watched their defensive grids collapse one after another. Human ships moved with impossible precision, using technologies that shouldn't exist. But you never understood what humanity truly is, Cole continued. We are not just another species to be conquered. We are survivors. Innovators. For every weapon you used against us, we developed 10 countermeasures. For every defense you built, we found 20 ways to breach it. The Prometheus's sensors detected thousands of Confederation ships trying to mount a defense. Their crystal-hulled vessels, once the terror of the galaxy, seemed primitive compared to humanity's quantum-phase battleships. You thought you were being merciful by letting some of us live, Cole's voice carried 5 years of contained fury. That was your greatest mistake. Because in doing so, you gave us time. Time to study your technology. Time to improve upon it. Time to prepare this moment. Lieutenant Commander Ryan Chen's tactical display lit up with new contacts. Sir, Confederation home fleet approaching. 5,000 ships. Cole nodded. Show them what humanity has become. All ships, execute Battle Plan Omega. The space around the human fleet seemed to twist. Quantum drives activated simultaneously, creating a ripple effect that the Confederation's sensors couldn't process. When the distortion cleared, Cole's ships had somehow appeared behind the enemy fleet. Dark matter cannons charged, Chen reported. Gravity lances ready. Quantum torpedoes armed. Fire. The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. Human weapons tore through Confederation defenses like they didn't exist. Ships that had terrorized the galaxy for millennia were reduced to debris in seconds. The aliens' much-vaunted tactical AI systems proved useless against human strategies they couldn't comprehend. In the council chamber, Chancellor Crixus received desperate messages from his fleet commanders. Their weapons, they are impossible. They are using principles of physics we didn't think existed. A new hologram appeared in the chamber. Ambassador Thompson, now wearing a United Earth military uniform, stood before the council. You assumed that because we fought among ourselves, we were primitive. You never considered that our conflicts drove us to innovate, to adapt, to overcome. Every war humanity ever fought prepared us for this moment. The tactical displays showed more human fleets arriving. Not just warships now, but massive construction vessels, mobile shipyards, and terraforming platforms. This wasn't just an attack, it was an invasion. Humanity spent 5 years showing you what you wanted to see, Thompson continued. Broken survivors, humbly accepting your rule. But in the shadows of gas giants, in forgotten asteroid fields, in the spaces between stars, we were building. Growing. Evolving. Cole's voice joined the transmission. You have 1 hour to surrender unconditionally. After that, we will take what we want by force. And trust me, after what you did to Earth, there are many among us who would prefer that option. The council erupted in chaos. Species that had looked down on humanity for generations now faced a terrifying reality. They hadn't conquered a primitive race, they had awakened a sleeping giant. The choice is yours, Cole concluded. But remember this, the galaxy you knew, where humanity was considered weak and primitive, ended the moment our ships appeared. Whatever happens next, the age of Confederation dominance is over. As the ultimatum hung in the air, humanity's 700,000 warships moved into attack positions around every major Confederation world. The hour given for the Confederation's surrender passed in tense silence. Throughout the galaxy, 700,000 human warships held position around every major alien world, their dark matter engines pulsing with barely contained power. Their message was clear, humanity wasn't asking for surrender, they were offering one last chance at mercy. In the Grand Council chamber, Supreme Chancellor Crixus faced the hardest decision of his 10,000-year reign. Before him, holographic displays showed the complete devastation of his empire's military might. 5 years of supposed victory had been erased in less than a day. The humans, his chief military advisor reported, voice trembling, they've positioned their fleets with perfect tactical precision. Every major shipyard, every defense platform, every military installation, they knew exactly where everything was. They've been planning this for years. Grand Admiral Cole stood on the bridge of the Prometheus, watching the countdown timer. Behind him, the massive view screen showed Earth, its surface still bearing the scars of the invasion. But now, humanity's homeworld was surrounded by the most powerful fleet ever assembled in galactic history. Time, Commander Hayes announced softly. Cole nodded. Open a channel to all Confederation frequencies. One last time. But before he could speak, multiple emergency signals lit up across the command deck. Lieutenant Commander Chen's eyes widened at his tactical display. Sir. Massive energy signatures detected. The Confederation, they are powering up their doomsday weapon. Deep within the Confederation capital world, ancient machinery hummed to life. The Stellar Obliterator, a weapon so powerful it could destroy entire star systems, began its activation sequence. It was the Empire's last resort, never before used in its million-year history. So be it, Cole said quietly. Then, louder, execute final protocol. Authorization code, Phoenix Rising. Across human space, hidden quantum transmitters activated. The very fabric of spacetime seemed to shudder as humanity revealed its final secret. The weapon they had spent 5 years perfecting while the aliens celebrated their victory. In the council chamber, Crixus watched in horror as his ultimate weapon suddenly went dark. Not just powered down, every trace of energy within it had simply vanished. Ambassador Thompson's hologram appeared again. "Did you really think we didn't know about your last resort? That we hadn't prepared for it? We've spent 5 years studying every aspect of your civilization, every weapon, every defense, every secret you thought was safely hidden." The tactical displays told the story. Human ships had deployed some kind of quantum field that didn't just disable the Confederation's technology, it rewrote the very laws of physics within its range. Their most advanced weapons became useless. Their strongest shields fell. Their fastest ships hung motionless in space. "The age of Confederation dominance is over," Cole's voice echoed across every communication channel in the galaxy. "You tried to break humanity's spirit. Instead, you forced us to become something far more powerful than you could imagine." Throughout known space, alien civilizations watched in awe as humanity's massive fleet began its final move. Not to destroy, but to transform. Massive construction ships moved into position. Terraforming platforms activated. The galaxy was witnessing the birth of a new order. "Humanity offers these terms," Cole continued. "Unconditional surrender of all Confederation military forces. Complete dismantling of your empire's power structure. In return, we will help rebuild. Not as conquerors, but as leaders of a new galactic alliance. One based on mutual respect and understanding, concepts you should have considered before you attacked Earth." In the council chamber, the alien representatives looked at each other in stunned silence. They had no choice. In less than 24 hours, humanity had accomplished what no species had done in a million years, completely overthrown the existing galactic order. Chancellor Crixus stepped forward, his crystalline form dulled with defeat. We surrender." The words echoed across the galaxy. 700,000 human warships maintained their positions, a constant reminder of the price of underestimating humanity. But already, the construction ships were moving in, beginning the work of rebuilding. On the Prometheus, Cole received the official surrender transmission. He thought about the billions who had died, the cities that had burned, the families torn apart. But he also thought about what humanity had achieved in response: unity, advancement, and evolution beyond anything they could have imagined. "Send word to Earth," he ordered. "Operation Revelation is complete. The galaxy has learned its lesson." As the message was transmitted, the stars themselves seemed to shine brighter. The galaxy had witnessed something unprecedented, not just the unveiling of humanity's hidden fleet, but the birth of a new era. The species that had been dismissed as primitive had emerged as leaders of a new galactic order. The message was clear to every civilization watching: never again would humanity be underestimated. Never again would Earth be threatened. The sleeping giant had awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same.